Welcome back, everybody, to the Discord and Draw. It is October 13th. We're hanging out today. We're going to do some viewer suggestion stuff. We're going to let people draw with us if they like. There's a link in the Discord. You're welcome to check that out. And, yeah, that's it. That's all I got today. So I'm joined today with a fantastic Burning Palace. The Burning of Palace.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing alright.
We are in Aggie.io, hashtag not a sponsor. There's a link in the Discord. I think I put it in the voice channel chat as well as the regular chat. I hope I did. If not, people might go to the wrong one. Let me double check. FK, that's where we're at today. We're at Aggie.io. Blah, 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 FK. So there we go. We're here. We're on YouTube. We're hanging out. Let me get the chat open so I can see all the lovelies. Nebby, hello, hello. David, welcome, welcome. Pop out that chat. Pop it out. Pop it out and put it over there. All right. Okay. Let's start with a rugby. Yeah? Yeah. Uh-oh. Dang it. I've lost my glove. Where's my drawing glove? I need to buy more drawing gloves. Hashtag support a rook by drawing gloves. Where did I put that? Oh no! Oh no! Game Grumps, why are you so awesome? Why are you so awesome at destroying my life? That's weird. I must have put it in my pocket and then changed my pants or something. It's not here now. I guess we'll just draw with that one. We'll see how that goes. See if that drives me crazy. I've been using a hand, art glove thing for the last 3 months, and now I don't have it. That's weird. I actually made it to the stream. Welcome, Spider. Spidewebs. I almost read Spiderwebs. Sai, welcome. We go into... I hope everybody can hear the music, which is by Will Savino over at Musical D20. Is that what it is? Music D20? I want to make sure I'm promoting the right people who are giving me amazing music and stuff to listen to. That'd be good. Will Savino over at Music D20, yeah, on Patreon. Check him out if you need some sweet music. Not a sponsor, just I really like it. I really like him. You guys can't hear the music? Well, that's a butts. We'll turn that up a little bit. Hopefully that will help. Ooh, that might be too loud. Bri, welcome. I'm wrestling with my computer, so I've been better. That's sad to hear. Druid, I hope you get that figured out soon. Bri, how are you today? We're over on the YouTube today, hanging out, doing the viewer suggestion. I need a pencil. I don't have a pencil. How do I always forget these things? It's literally the only thing I'm doing today. That's not true. I have a lot of other work to do. But we're going to do it first. We're going to do this first. It's going to be great. Now I can hear it. Okay, good. Spiderwebs, I definitely feel your pain. A lot of people read Rookzer0 as Rookzer or Rocks. It happens so much that I no longer care. It's fine. People can call me whatever they want. So honestly, I think it's as a legible, how do I say it? As a name that is read more than heard, I think Rookzer0 is a fine way to say it. Because it is technically correct. I used to have a dragon in Final Fantasy XI. This is a really weird tangential story, but it makes sense. And they don't let you name the dragons. They basically give you... They're like, pick one of these 3 names from a huge list that we have, and you can never change it. And I got a weird one that was spelled like KHACH something. And I always called my dragon Pacha. And people were like, what? What the hell's a Pacha? I'm like, oh, it's my dragon, or my wyvern. And they're like, that's not what that says. I'm like, well, that's how it's pronounced. So I just always forced it on people. Hashtag get Rook0 close. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely on my list. It's definitely on my shopping list of needing to buy more. Only having the one leads to some some sweaty hands that I got to do laundry all the time. So I'll definitely get some more gloves. Thank you, Brian, for that. You know, we haven't done push-ups on this channel in a long time. So I think now that we're on YouTube and I'm fit and healthy at the moment, we're doing some push-ups for this. So thank you. Right, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. 20 push-ups. Thank you, good sir. I appreciate your ongoing support of the channel. How about a kobold vendor in a Halloween costume? That's a specific character. I think at this point the kobold vendor is fan art. Wyverns are greater than dragons. Debatable, Nebby, but I won't argue with you. I think that's a fair statement. Kobold vendor. What would the kobold vendor wear a costume of? Like, he's already always in costume. Finally get to see the stream. Yeah, yeah. Otter folk ice genasi. That's not how that works. I guess maybe it is. How would that work?
Half ice elemental otter?
Yeah, it's like half elemental, half otter. Otter genasi. I guess that makes sense. Otter genasi. Yeah, we can try that. An otter genasi sounds really funny. Is it a costume or an invisible cloak? Fan arts of your own characters, yeah. If Rugby would have a symbiote. Ugh. That sounds terrifying. I feel like Rugby with a symbiote would just be Rugby covered in goo. Like he wouldn't know what to do with him.
Symbiote, or would the bugbear Rug have the symbiote and then just drag Rugby along for the ride?
Yeah, it looks completely the same. Except that his ears are black and the tongue just like comes out of the... This is what you guys have asked for. Rugby with a noodle tongue. I guess his eyes would be white too though, wouldn't he? Maybe more teeth. I do need to get a good Rugby sticker for Halloween. I still have some of the pumpkin ones. I might just send those out from last year, but that doesn't seem as fun. I think I should definitely make new ones. What if it's just Rugby in a pumpkin? Went shopping this morning for, you know, food and sundries like you do. And I almost bought a pumpkin. And I was like, no, it's not time. It's not time yet. Not quite pumpkin time yet. Almost. Almost pumpkin time. Rugby with white eyes is deeply disturbing. Yeah, it's a little creepy. The Rugby symbiote isn't the bugbear skin already a symbiote? I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, it comes him with, gives him powers. Isn't that the point? I think you're right. I think the symbiote is just the bugbear rug. It's just a question of how magical the rug is, right? Is Rugby powerful by himself, or does the bugbear give him power? I don't know if we've ever answered that. Nor shall we. Spooky rugby. I think I did that backwards. Teeth are supposed to go down, not up. Where's my head today? Rugby just casts light on himself and lights the pumpkin up. Who could pass up the opportunity to wear a pumpkin chunk on your head? I once dislocated my ankle olling over a pumpkin. That's a fun Rookzer0 fact that now you all know. Somewhere I have footage of it, but I doubt I can find that if I without some like considerable effort. Is it funnier ears down or ears up? Ears up is pretty good. I might do ears up. I think last year he was dressed as a ghost. And was standing on a pumpkin. This year we'll just put him in a pumpkin. I've got about 3 stickers I need to print and cut. And I've almost fine-tuned the sticker cutter. And we'll see if it works. That might be a project for today. But I also want to get some video done today. I didn't get a video out last week. It bummed me out. Ears frown? Rugby becomes Dumbo and can fly with his ears. I think so, yeah. I mean, one way or the other. Is Dumbo a wizard or a sorcerer? That's the real question. Or is he a warlock? Maybe he's a warlock to the, Who gives him the feather? Now that I think about it.
Isn't the crows?
I don't think so. Is Jiminy Cricket in Dumbo?
No, you're thinking of the mouse.
The mouse, yeah, okay. You're right. I somehow transposed Jiminy Cricket into the mouse.
Same stock character, basically.
Yeah. Do the crows give him the feather? Shoot. It's been way too long.
I thought the crows just yelled racist things.
I think they did just yell racist things at him. Well, not at him, but like around him, you know? Oh, Disney. What have you done? Long story short, I think Dumbo's a warlock. Unless the power was within him the whole time and they just lied to him, you know?
In which case, he's a sorcerer.
Yep. Dumbo's a bird sorcerer. That is a creepy rugby symbiote. The crows are a little bit iffy. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Dumbo is a warlock and his patron would be the feather rather than the mouse, I believe. That's a fair take. I think that's a legit argument you could make. And then he eventually just surpasses the need to worship the feather. This is pretty good rugby. This is pretty good. Spooky. You want to make something spooky, you just need more eyeshadow. Oh, we're doing Skullface again. I love Skullface rugby.
How's everyone doing today, by the way?
Good. How are you doing today, Corvus? You are on the internet, by the way. Just a heads up.
Yells, profanities.
Sculby. Rugby looking cute, right? Jack, welcome. College of Whisper Bard Sylph. Never mind, it's gone. Whoever draws the rugby on the right has my respect. That is Burning. Burning Palace is drawing with us today. College of Whispers.
Spooky Shadowy Bard.
Yeah, I mean, College of Whispers is supposed to be rogue, right? It's like a rogue subclass for Bard. Or is it the medium one where you talk to ghosts? I can't remember.
No, it's kind of like a rogue thing.
Okay.
But it's also kind of like the Soul Knife, where you can use your Bardic Inspiration to infuse your attacks with psychic energy.
So it is still psychic based, though. Interesting.
So it's like Psychic Shadowy Rogue Bard. With lots of stuff about fear and intimidation checks.
Splork, dork, do 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 do. Okay. We got things going. Here we go. All right, so we got some stuff to do. Mutant Gripply. All right, that's a cool one.
Changeling Glamour Bard.
Changeling Glamour Bard.
The literal opposite of a College of Whispers Bard.
Is Doctor Strange actually a sorcerer, a wizard, or a warlock multiclass? Doctor Strange is actually a wizard. 100% a wizard.
With a bit of like monk thrown in for flavor.
Yeah.
Not
really.
I don't know about that one.
I think the only reason you say that there was a monk aspect to it is because he goes somewhere and studies, but like he basically went to an alternative college. Like instead of going to a giant mage tower, he went up into the mountains. He still learned. From somebody. He learned magic from somebody. Ergo wizard. Oof, there's so much. I think I was the crow. Dumbo and his mouse friend there was the tree. Dumbo had the cloud. Magic feather. Dumbo creates the magic feather which allows Dumbo to fly. Okay. Put a good rugby jack-o'-lantern. Thank you very much, Brian. Jack of the Lanterns. Jack of the Lanterns is a great story. May I specifically get an alchemist lizard folk based on the 5-lined skink? We can try that, yeah. Try that. Lizard folk alchemist. I do need pictures of a skink. And I think alchemist. What is your favorite pet or familiar? Favorite pet or familiar, huh? I don't know if I've actually had too many of those. I've had a badger. Badger is pretty good. Kobold vendor. Yeah, what are some of the different ones? Raccoon was pretty good. Little trash panda. Oh my goodness, that was really fun. Jump rope. Jump rope had played it. And by letting me, the DM, decide when it stole stuff. So it would just it would take stuff from the loot tray or from the other party members and just put it in Jump Rope's robes. So every now and again she'd check her pocket and I'd have to figure out what the trash pan had taken. I just thought that was really funny. A lemur? That's a pretty good one. Pudge, that's right.
Mechanically it would just be a monkey, but lemurs are cool.
I think the kobold vendor turned into a self-portrait more than anything else. Rook is a goblin. Just always grumpy. Here you go. This is what a normal goblin would look like wearing a bugbear costume. If this is how I draw my goblins normally, like, why does Rugby look so strange? That's the real question. Rugby's just down here like, yay! Goblin time.
Is Rugby actually a goblin? Or does everyone just tell him he's a goblin?
The goblin vendor is just like, by law, I can only hire goblins, so he's a goblin now. By goblin law.
Rugby's a god.
It's been a while since we've started a cult about Rugby. I'm gonna have to restart the counter. 0 days since last Rugby cult attempt.
I mean, it's been a while.
Goblin law. I do miss Pudge. Pudge was a really good, really good familiar.
Did you say goblin law?
Goblin law, yeah. You guys don't know goblin law?
No.
Goblin law, sky law. There's a couple different laws you have to like adhere to.
I am not an expert in goblin law.
And goblin law goes, if it is unattained, it can be used. Possession is 100% of ownership. And then things should be shared. Everything should be shared. All things at all times. Greedy, greedy humans. Goblins see everyone else as being greedy is the thing.
The irony.
The irony. Probably also something in there about pickles, but
Kind of interesting that you actually gave this goblin a nose.
why? Goblins don't have noses?
No, like you either like draw like Pathfinder style goblins where they have like little to no nose, or a nose. There's like the two camps of goblins.
Yeah, I
Very
like
big nose or no nose.
I like doing either like the very short, like that on a goblin, or I like giving him like kind of the bulby nose. Those are the two kind of goblins I do. These kind of goblins are a little more feral because they're just like always
All mouth.
all mouth. And then I feel like basically like if they close their mouth, it makes their nose look bigger. That's my thought. And
Okay.
they look more grump. Those are my two goblin faces. All right. That's the kobold vendor wearing a bugbear costume. How's that? I'm gonna stop there.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Great. Rugby door. Ding dong. And then we'll censor this out because you can't say dong on YouTube. All right. Otter Ice Genasi. Is that torso or a dog head? What?
What Burning was drawing earlier, at the start, it kind of looked like a dog head from, like a back profile view.
Maybe he's asking if I'm knowingly trying to start a cult. No, I'm not. I'm trying to warn off the cults, because we've been plagued with them in the past. All right, step 1 to drawing an otter: draw a really weird dong. Break rule 1. Demonetized. Yep. No, I was drawing an otter. I swear. Oh no, do Otter Nose go up or down? I can't remember. I think they go up. I think I would know what otters look like at this point. I draw them so much. Wait, is this supposed to be an ice genasi? Is that a thing? What is an
They
ice?
used to be.
They used to be? I assume they're just cold water genasi.
Well, it was back in 3rd edition where everything was a thing,
Sure.
and there used to be a nice plane.
If I remember right, they just have spiky hair.
Yeah.
I've just drawn Bart Simpson. Son of a bitch.
There also used to be storm genasis, which were just like leveled up air genasis.
Alright, I'm down with that.
But what was kind of the weird thing about them, instead of having like wavy cloud hair, they had like crystals growing out of their head.
They do curve up. Okay, that's where I was going. It's gonna make them kind of really spiky and shaggy. He's just making it snow. Yeah, good.
Too cool for school.
Would the ice otter be slightly bluish fur colored? Probably. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I don't know if I want to color this because I kind of don't like spending the time to color these, but it might be good for this one. I want to make him like super poof, you know? Just like Arctic otter. Give him a wand.
Do you give him an otter-sized wand or a regular-sized wand?
Oh yeah, I guess if it was a regular sized wand, it'd be like the size of his body, right? Like, so I assume it's an otter sized wand. Let's do that. Yeah. Frozen clams. Made an ice cube. There you go. That's his cantrip. He can make ice cubes so he can chew on them. He can make ice cubes and he can freeze clams instantly to save them for later. Those are what ice genasi otters have.
Just constantly using modified versions of ice snuff.
Yep. It's just what is the ice rock? He just does ice rock all the time. Potter otter. You can go with hairy otter. Use a scarf and a beanie. That could be good too. Can I give him a scarf? That makes him look colder. I like that. I dig it. All right. All right. What are you drawing, Bernie?
I'm doing the Changeling Glamour Bard right now.
Nice. I will work on the College of Whispers Sylph. Potter. Harry Otter. Sylph is a. We're doing a lot of elemental things
Elemental
today.
people.
Yeah.
I was gonna say elf, but it's like, well, last week was an elf. This week, self.
Last week was a lot of elves.
Now, if I said half orc, there would probably be a lot of half orcs too.
Maybe it's because I've started trying out Jin in League of Legends, but I'm kind of, instead of like the theatrical, like over the top glamour bard, I'm kind of liking the idea of this guy's just so obsessed with beauty and perfection that he's like insane.
That's fair. Hey.
He's like a Toreador vampire from Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
I am so surprised that people still play League of Legends. Like, I wonder.
It's gotten popular. Like,
Yeah.
it picked up
It did.
a lot.
It did. I'm kind of wondering if it's a new group of people, like a new, like people are just discovering the game and really liking it, or if the veterans are just kind of like coming back to it.
No,
It seems like a mix.
Yeah.
a new champion that almost kind of like a Prince of Persia character. It's like a graphic
Yeah.
that he
That
swings
does not
around.
narrow it down for me.
I mean, it's
You
new,
got-
so you probably haven't seen it.
You
so.
got Shen. You got Lee Sin. You got. Actually, I think they did a Prince of Persia skin for Katarina too.
Yeah, she has one. But no, there's like I know who he's talking about. It's a new champ that is like desert Middle Eastern themed.
Nice.
A flying monkey bard.
Flying monkey bard. That's pretty cool.
Has
Lucky
that on
Nico.
board.
Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's doing well.
Well, we had a large delivery of lumber at our house to be used for firewood, and it's like a massive pile. So I was like, oh no.
I've been
Weeks of work.
Yeah, I've been. do you sell that, or is it all for your
It's
house?
all for us,
It's all for you. Okay.
because we only have one source of heating, which is
Gotcha.
a wood-burning stove.
Ah, yeah, that's a bummer.
So, I mean, we have heaters for like the kitchen because it's off in a corner by itself.
Mhm.
So the heat doesn't make it towards the kitchen. So
Yeah, my grandparents lived in northern Idaho, which it's pretty cold. So I remember when I was really little, before they bought a heater, like an electric heater, we had to go down there and basically chop wood for them for the whole year. But up there, they just logged their own wood, so it was more of a go find a tree, cut tree down, drag tree back,
well,
cut
that's
tree up.
normally how it is for us.
You guys get the whole logs.
We normally do log our own trees, but this time around, there's like a place called a pallet mill where they
Oh,
make
yeah.
pallets,
Mm-hmm.
and so they were selling their scraps, and so at that
Gotcha.
bought like $50 worth of it, which
Sure.
was a huge dump truck load.
That's pretty cool though.
So
It's good that you can use that instead of having to go out and actually
yeah.
log it.
Problem is, it's a mix of everything, and it's all different sizes.
Yeah,
so-
that's basically. So we had a tree fall on the house a few years back, and I'm just finally getting to the end of that. And some of that is now so old that it's starting to rot, and it's just like no. So I'm having to pick through the logs and see which ones are actually still viable.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be my fun this season, but I don't know. I like it. I like having a wood burning stove. Well, I have a fireplace. I want a stove. I need a good stove. I might upgrade to like a glass encasement here in the next few years, but
I guess one thing good about the situation is we can't split it right now because it's all really wet and green, so it'd be kind of pointless to split it all up.
okay. So if you're a College of Whispers bard,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of instrument do you play, if any? Or do you just have like? I think you should just have a crystal ball.
Well, if you're spirits, definitely crystal ball.
Oh, is this supposed to be spirits or? I have
No,
College
no.
of Whispers.
Whispers is like the assassin-like
Oh.
bard.
But you said I thought it was still psychic based.
Well,
it not?
Spirits bard doesn't do psychic damage. It just is spooky.
Do I also have a spirit bard? I don't think I do. You're confusing me.
Alright. Spirit bards summon spirits.
We
That's like
don't have.
our
No,
storytelling.
no. Get rid of the spirit bard. What is? Tell me
Alright.
only about whispers. Tell me only
Alright.
about whispers.
Whisper bards are essentially assassin druids. Not druids, bards, lord. And so they're kind of gimmick they can use with their bardic inspiration is they can give up a die and infuse it with psychic energy to deal an attack with it.
Okay, so they have psychic knives. That's their gimmick,
Yeah.
is they have psychic knives. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna draw that instead of an instrument.
I didn't mean to say assassin druids.
Assassin druids.
I mean, they could exist.
Sure.
I mean, you go Circle of Moon Druid and you're literally an entire party.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You need an assassin, you just pick a sneaky animal.
Turn into a panther.
I was gonna say it turned into a cheetah, and it's just like that's not right. That's not right at all. Nothing more stealthy than a cheetah.
Someone described like the College of Whisper Bards as like the Dark Sun Bards, like evil, kind of sinister bards who kind of do a lot of this like debuffing of enemies.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine to think like that. I think I keep going into the bard as minstrel trope, but like really a bard that just specializes in lies and secrets and telling like misinformation sounds really fun, right?
Propaganda bard.
I mean, it's a spy, right? That's basically what a spy is. A high charisma assassin is absolutely just like a spy. I think that's great.
Yeah.
You don't have to be good at. You're always performing, I guess, is the thing. You're just not doing like musically.
It's like in one of the writers about it was like they purposely go out of their way to pretend to be from other colleges so that they don't know they're from the College of Whispers.
Oh yeah, see that's perfect. That's absolutely 100% bard spy. I super dig it.
So like they may just have like a musical instrument that they just know bits and pieces to, but they're not like masters of it.
I always.
So, like,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I always liked the idea that like James Bond just walks around using his real name because like anybody who knows who he is gonna know who he is, right? Like it doesn't matter what name he tells them; they already know. All the supervillains already know it's him. So like, what's the point of having them? It's like,
James Bond.
yeah, it's like so roll disguise. Like no. I'm rolling intimidate, baby. I'm just walking right in. Asked my team if I could play a self-loathing half gnome, half kobold. Sadly, they said no. Yeah, that's a little weird. I don't know. Did they say no because you wanted the half gnome like lucky re-roll feats and the kobold pack tactics? Because I would say no to that too. I'd be fine with someone doing that, but I'd basically make them pick one or the other.
You're thinking halflings.
Yeah.
Am I thinking halflings? Okay.
Yeah, halflings have lucky.
Yeah, halflings get
What do the gnomes have then? Gnomes have. Let's see. What do gnomes have? Magic resistance?
against charms.
Against charms, yeah. I think they start with some...
It depends, because their sub races are wildly different.
Yeah. You know, I don't play a lot of gnomes. I'm just gonna write out there and say that. The last time someone played a gnome in one of my campaigns was Pico de Gallo, and he painted his miniature to look like a bottle of Tabasco sauce, and it was pretty great. Yeah, he was a necromancer. It was very strange.
I've only ever played one gnome, and that was a deep gnome, and they get quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, deep gnomes are pretty great. Deep gnomes are like almost earth elementals, aren't they? Or am I thinking of Cerniblins?
No, they're kind of just like sad, depressing gnomes that live underground.
Okay.
They're not evil, but they're just very down on themselves because they live in the Underdark.
Hashtag might be an upcoming video. I was going to ask you about that if I could use commission you did for a video. Because we did that a while back, and I still have the video, and I kind of want.
Yeah.
Kind of want to.
I actually was thinking about that like last night / this morning because it's like, I wonder if Rook is ever going to use that footage because I know he said he recorded it.
I want to. I don't know that much about deep gnomes, and it's like, do I have anything interesting to say about them yet? I don't. I don't. I want to get the blue team video out, but that's not done yet, and I want to make a new one today, which I haven't started yet. So like, and then I have all these other things. So I have a lot going on right now, but I want to keep the videos coming out fairly recently, because, or fairly frequently. Sorry, but
because I know for a while it was on like maybe once a month we got a video.
Yeah, I was trying really hard to do once a month. And then the why you should play human video or the why you should play fighter video took me like 2 months because I just struggled with it so hard. College Whisper Bars has like bagpipes, but when people ask him to play, he just says they need to be tuned and refuses to play them. I've known people with bagpipes like that. I like making serial killer gnomes. Oh, good times. Why you should play Rookzer0. Why you should play Rookzer0? I'm not sure what that video would be. I feel like it would just be drink a lot of caffeine and then scream at people. Like how to stress yourself out in 5 simple steps. All right, there's my College of Whispers. I'm not sure why oh, she's a sylph. I'm not sure why I gave her goblin ears, but it made sense in my head. Since she's a sylph, I'm gonna give her some little wind tattoos, because that's how the Pathfinder do. They just have like little swirls all over their body.
Yeah.
Which I really dig. I really like that. So we'll do that.
Oh, hello, Druid. Well,
there we go. Okay. That one's done. Moving on. I think the video should be why you should play FF classes in D&D. I mean, that's basically what I make already. Why you should play Dragoon, why you should play White Mage. Because it's good. That's why. Mutant Gripply. What would make a Mutant Gripply?
Extra arms.
I was just going to draw Kermit the Frog.
That also works.
Never mind, I won't go there.
They're just like, wow, that Gripply looks really weird. He's like some kind of puppet. And then all of a sudden, oops. By the way, if anybody wants to draw with us today, there's a link in the Discord. You're very welcome to join us. It is the free draw today as well. The Sylph and Pathfinder are basically Air Genasi. Correct, yeah. Yeah, the Pathfinder named all of the elemental races. Well, at least the 4 primary ones. So you have Ifrit for fire, Oreads, Sylphs, and Undine, I think?
Yep.
Undine?
Or Undine.
Yeah, however you want to say that.
I've heard both pronunciations.
All right. What is Dragoon in D&D? Rune Knight? Oh, Purple Knights. Purple Knights are the D&D equivalent of Dragoons, but they're not quite right in my mind.
Yeah. I don't think I've known anyone ever playing.
No, it's not great. I mean,
but Rune Knight is definitely a fun layout. I think.
Yeah, Rune Knight is fun. No, if you want to play a Dragoon in D&D, you're just building a fighter. You're basically building a fighter or a monk, and then kind of blending together. Mutant Gripply with wings? That could be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
It's like, I'm gonna make myself huge. You can do that. Your Gripply Gunslinger.
I'd like my Grizzly Gunslinger. Is Simic Hybrid a good race? It's not bad. Not bad at all.
It's kind of just a mixed bag of options.
Yeah, I think basically if you want to play a Simic Hybrid, you really this is one of the reasons I haven't done the video on them. Is you could get away with just being a tiefling. Like, that's it. Like, a tiefling is more encompassing, and the Simic hybrids are basically just a specialized type of weird fusion. So if you wanted to be like, I mean, it makes sense because you're not having outsider blood, you're augmenting something already. So you could start somewhere and then become a Simic hybrid, which is fine. Like, that makes total sense if you want to augment your body that way. But
yeah, it could easily be just morphed into a template that you can slap.
Exactly. Yeah, it really should be. The Simic hybrid should really just be a template. So I would definitely, because a lot of them really they're basically Vidalkins. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Blue dudes, and then they magically or alchemically augment themselves to something else. So.
Yeah.
Which, once again, you don't have to be a Vidalkin to do that. You can really do that with anything, any alchemist. When the DM asks for a serious character and my friend brings kobold zealot barbarians with dual battle axes and wearing a monocle and a top hat, he died in the first session. That makes total sense. So, like, Atlantean Quest. I mean, yeah.
I totally would love to adventure with that type of kobold.
Yep, that's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot, for the life of me, remember the name of my Kobold Cavalier. I remember that the badger he rode was named Bandit.
I thought they rode a pig.
No. I don't know who rode a pig. Oh no, he rode a pig. I think after he. So the whole story, because this was just like supposed to be a one shot, and I wanted to try a Cavalier. It was a kobold that rode a badger, and he had like a burrow speed, so he could burrow underground and then charge people from underneath, which was really funny. And doesn't make sense, but it was fine. So I did that for a few sessions, and then eventually, because I was also the DM at a few times, and I introduced the character as an off character, played it, and then came back to being the DM. Eventually, he was a knight. It was Sir something, I don't remember, but long story short, he removed the curse on his badger to reveal the prince that he had been trying to help the entire time and told no one about. And as a reward, the prince gave him a new pig/boar mount. that was the whole arc. That was the character arc. It was this random knight kobold saves the prince and gets a pig. A bird cavalier that rides a bear. That could be pretty fun. He might have been named Sir Stabby. I shit you not. That might have been his name. Sir Stabby and Bandit. Why you should play a Drider. Yeah, I mean, that's on the list eventually. Eventually I want to get there. Driders are interesting, though, because they're very specifically cursed drow, which...
It's like a curse they take willingly, though, isn't it?
Yes and no. They can take it willingly, but usually it's reserved as a punishment for those who, like, very much affront Lolth. Yeah, it's usually like one of the worst punishments that Lilith can bestow on you if you make her upset. But I do also think that it's kind of reserved for
like
worshippers of
clerics.
Lilith. Yeah, her clerics, like if a cleric does something bad or the clerics want to punish somebody who is supposed to be worshiping Lilith, they'll do that to them. It's a ritual that they do. It's not like I think maybe the wolf does just do it. But it is. It's Lolth based, right? Because the Spider Queen, and really, it always pisses me off because like Drider sounds really badass, but it's literally just Drow Spider.
Centaur.
Yeah, but I mean like,
Oh, the name.
it's just they're like, what would you call a Drow Spider? I don't know, a Drider. Like at least it didn't turn into a Spow, right? Like,
A spow.
yeah. Oh no, the Spow. Look at that evil Spow
It's
over
the
there.
reverse. The drow gets a spider head.
Yeah, it's just a Drow. The big mandibles.
It's like a spider demon from Demon Slayer.
Oh boy. You have -2 charisma. Chokat's animation has an, I believe, banjo and kazooie nuts and bolts. What? I've lost the chat. I have no idea what's
So
going
me
on.
and Spiderwebs are talking about furred kobolds.
Gotcha.
So we're having our own little conversation.
I don't think I've seen a furry kobold. Yeah, furry kobolds are really funny. Because there's a few different kinds of kobolds that have been kind of popularized. There's the little tiny lizard folk kobolds that worship dragons. And then there's the little rat kobolds. Those are another fun one. I think World of Warcraft leans more in that direction.
Yeah.
Underground hillbilly miners. That's
Yep.
what I think of.
Yep.
What else?
But yeah, the fuzzy little rat kobolds I think are really funny. And I think that's why Joe Cat leans that way, right? Because his goblins are already pretty much tiny mouse people, and then he just like, oh, let's fluff it up, give it horns, and now it's a kobold.
Oof.
Oof. I wanted to give him like bird wings, but now I want to turn him into Mothman. I think Mothman frog would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, like insect gossamer wings.
Yeah. He's got like an axe, or he's got like a halberd.
Sorry, the last being bender. I really don't like Modrons personally. It's like I don't like geometric people with one eyes. That's me though. You do you though.
Yeah. The garage. Oh man, I don't know that word.
Agarial.
Gariel? Oh yeah, the little alligators things. Yeah.
Yeah, long.
I think I might be the only person that does that. I honestly don't know. I'm pretty sure.
You are.
I'm pretty sure I saw somebody online draw a kobold like this once, with like huge horns, and I loved it. Like almost like tiny like tiny demons. That whatever that is. If anyone can find this comic, please let me know. But I loved that. I loved that shape, and I'm just like, that's what kobolds should look like. Kobolds should look like snootish, but more lizardy than anything else. Yeah. Whoops.
They definitely have been through a lot.
My
of,
eraser's too big.
Iterations.
Yeah. I mean, kobolds are. Once again, if you watch the kobold video, the first thing I do is tell you the 30,000 different origins of kobolds, right? Because kobolds are goblins, and goblins are kobolds, and goblins are hobgoblins and bugbears, and it's just like blah, vomit.
In real life, kobolds were like basically gnomes.
Yeah, gnomes, like, fairies, fae, house goblins,
dark spirits.
Dark spirits, yeah, like.
Oh Lord.
That's the weird thing about like trying to define what like a monster is now is when you look at folklore and how many different things go by like how many different things go by the same name, and
Yeah,
how many of the same things go by different names.
yeah. That's something I love about zoology, cryptozoology. I almost said cryptocurrency. I'm like, that's not right.
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin to the moon. But cryptozoology, I think, is really interesting because there are instances of looking at that where people will go out and be like, oh, look, there's 1,000 different kinds of Sasquatch in different places all over the earth. But then other times you'll be like, there's a very localized thing that happened right here in this small area. And that's creepy as fuck. Like, that's great. I love that.
Like Mothman.
Mothman, the Jersey Devil, like, oh, those are so weirdly localized that it's just like, oh, I love it. I love it.
Is that the comic you were talking about, Druid? Not Druid. Rook?
No, but that's really good. I like that. That's great. Level 3. Does this say... Oh, Kobold. Okay. I read that as level 3 Bobold. Bobold Warlock. I'm like, what is a Bobold? Let's look at that. He's pretty cute. I think it might be that...
Kobold.
I think it might be that pig. That pig comic. Dang it. I don't actually know if what was drawn was a kobold, is what I'm saying. I think it was. I think it was something else, and it just like I looked at it, and I'm like, oh my god, that looks like a kobold. I love it. Pig before swine? Is that what it was? They do really simplified. Maybe it was. They do really simple comics.
Oh, that's a good one, Bri.
Kobold players, Dragonborn players, yeah. Kobolds are just tiny Dragonborn. Dragon goblins.
With D&D specifically, you also get into weird territory where you have like forgotten lore or forgotten realms lore that like clashes with something that is essentially the same in another lore.
Yeah.
Like Dragonborn are you talked about it recently where they're basically cursed humans. But they fit essentially half dragons in any other lore.
Yeah, and half dragons is totally right. Like half dragons exist in D&D too, so it's like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Following the Drider, we'll call this the Froth Spearman. This is a Froth Spearman. Or a Mog Spearman. Yeah, that's that's the old Kobold, right?
Yeah, the second edition.
Second edition Kobold stuff. Have you dealt with some players who are hypersensitive or hyposensitive? What do you mean by that? Draco Liches, Lich Warlocks, Half Elf Devil. Dragon, Vampire, Lich, Warlock. That's half Devil. Yeah. Technically, once you become a Lich, your other races no longer matter. Unless you're, like, not dead yet. No, I guess if you have a Draco Lich, it's still a Draco Lich regardless. So maybe that does matter. It's weird. Liches are weird because it makes you're undead. You're basically an undead at that point.
Yeah, I feel like the soul at that point matters way more than what body you were.
Yep. Hyposensitive, like they don't get involved at all. Okay. Yes and no. I've noticed sometimes with new players, sometimes people just they like hanging out with people, but they don't actually want to play, and that's fine. Like I think the best thing to do in that situation is to talk to them about it, because they might be having a great time. They might be having a great time and just not want to be driving the story. or they might be like, well, I want to be more involved in the storyline, or I want to be less involved in the storyline. Like, I don't want the responsibility of making the decisions for the party, right? And it's just best to talk it out. Draco-Lich. Yeah, Draco-Lich is great. I love undead dragons. I think they're really fun. You get that nice moment of like, you see a giant dragon skeleton. I'm like, that's creepy. It's like, it comes to life. Well, fuck. That's not good. I like that specifically when you look at like the ancient undead dragon bones, or Draco-Liches, it's like loses the ability to fly. It's like, yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. Giant wings with no fluff. Lizard folk alchemist. That was a skink, right?
Yeah, there's a few pictures of them in the chat.
Draw a really weird dong. There we go. And then we'll skink it up. Half dragon, half beholder. That's a zombie. I mean, the half dragon, half beholder thing's a little weird, but the zombie is just a template, so anything can be a zombie. So that's fine. I guess the best, easiest way to do that would be have a beholder with a draconic bloodline. A few like levels in sorcerer or something. I really do need to make that a beholder video.
Do you though?
I think so. People always yell at me about like, "Ooh, it's stupid. It's too powerful." It's like, yes, so.
For me, it's not so much it's powerful. It's it's weird.
Everything's kind of weird if you think about it.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. Centaurs are still like the most broken piece of shit thing out there. Just want people always forget that centaurs exist. I'm always mounted, and I have 34 strength, and I have 2 hearts. I have 15 constitution. I can't be tripped. I can't be grappled. I guess I am susceptible to lassos. Except I have hands, so I can just take the lasso off. Yeah, centaurs are weird.
I'm kind of bummed out because the 5e player race for centaur are like kind of boring.
Hawk Eagle, welcome. Half vampire, half dragon, half fey touched, half ogre, half orc. Now we're getting into like mimic zones, right? Like, how many templates can we slap on top of each other? Like, pick one. Because you're half dragon, half fey, ogre, orc. You're basically getting nothing from any of those. Like, yeah.
Actually, which book did the centaurs come out?
Half your mom, half your dad. Well played. How can you have that many halves? I think you might mean a quarter. Exactly. Okay, what would make this person an alchemist? Because all I've done is drawn a lizard.
Bandolier full of vials and glass baubles.
He's got a belt of vials in his mouth. That's all. He just carries it around.
Okay, so
I would argue that if you're half dragon, half all those other things, you're probably immune to vampirism. I don't foresee dragons being very susceptible.
No, you're half vampire.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Like, if a Damphir boinks a dragon, I don't think you become a Damphir dragonborn, like, or half dragon. I think the dragon kicks the shit out of that, and you're just... Because being a vampire is still something else with a template on it. And most of the time it's just human. So you're just a half dragon, half human. And I think the human or the dragon resistance would make you immune to the disease. Otherwise, you'd have a whole bunch of drampire vampires. Vampire dragons. Drampire vampires sounds really cool, though. We should make that a thing. Vampires
Then you get into this question of Fey touched. Does the dragon resistance also prevent that?
It might,
Well,
yeah.
there are fairy dragons.
There are fairy dragons, yeah. That would be the only counter to that.
Are fairy dragons dragons though, or are they,
They
just?
are.
They are pseudo dragons. That's a good point. They in a lot of different lores they're considered pseudo dragons because they are dragon-ish, but not necessarily like material plane dragons, right?
Let's see.
Don't let Ace hear me say that. She'll fight me. No, so my argument for that is if you wanted to have a half dragon, half fey creature, you would probably absorb the fey elements into the dragon, right? So it would be a dragon with whether it's like a nature-based fey creature or an ice-based fey creature. That's really all I would get from that. I wouldn't give you like all of the just straight-up fey characteristics. Dragons have immunity to magic and disease. Yeah, I mean, dragons are more powerful than vampires. Is lycanthropy and vampirism a disease? I thought they were curses. Yes and no. It really depends. We talked about that a whole bunch last week on Twitch. The easiest way to say it is it can be both. They can both be both. They can both be both. And if Bry's still here, I'm sure he's going to chime in that neither of them are disease or curses. They're wonderful boons that make you powerful. Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. I think the damn fear are basically just are non-cursed, and then it becomes a disease because it's a curse that is passed through your lineage, right? Versus being like you got bit and turned into a vampire. That's absolutely a curse / disease, and depending on how it's contracted is what defines how you would cure it, which is why it has to be classified because it has game mechanics. So. Welcome to Rookzer0 talks about game mechanics a whole bunch. Mummy rot is both disease and a curse. I don't see why lycanthropy and couldn't be both. Yeah, they're both. It's really up to your DM. Be thematically makes sense. Dragons. Ever wonder when a human don't have to make crazy when you're a human vampire? Yeah. I think the beanbender. That's basically what a half dragon is, right? Like. That's exactly what a half dragon is, or that's what the dragon lineage is as well, for sorcerers, or the dragon disciple. The dragon disciple is a good example of obtaining dragon qualities without having to have. I think part of the dragon disciple for a while was that you had to have a draconic background lineage. So, yeah. Scales, cool. Dragon resistances, cool. Breath weapon, maybe. Cool. Affinity for the type of dragon elemental properties. I think all that's good.
Dragons everywhere.
Dragons.
I mean, it's in the name of the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't we talk about dungeons more? There need to be more dungeons. That's all I gotta say.
Do.
Waterdeep. That's not a dungeon. That's a city. Get out of here.
There's Undermountain, or whatever it's called.
They exist. I'm just saying, like, more dungeon. Way
Less
more dungeon.
dungeons. More forests.
Tomb of Annihilation. Let's go.
And monocle.
Nice.
And a mustache. Maybe he's got a beer hat. Fine, dungeon it is. Why you should play a dungeon. Thoughts on randomized dungeons from the DM guide? Good. I think they're great. I think you should definitely curate it a little bit. Like, pick specific pieces that you think would fit well together and have fun with, and then like kind of either pre-randomize it, or as they randomize it, have a list of like, this needs to happen, then we'll have this kind of room, and then let them randomize it from there. Doing it whole cloth random, it gets weird sometimes. It gets really weird. Something I've done in the past, which has been fun, is I'll have like a random chart, and then when they roll it, it gives me 2 or 3 options instead of just like, this is what the book says. It's like, now I'm here, look up and down the page a little bit. That's good. Like that's I think that thematically makes sense. I think that's way more fun than just totally random.
Lol random.
Yeah, a little random can, I don't know, bite me. I don't know. I can't think of a good insult to sling it. A little random. I don't enjoy it.
Rick is not a fan of RNG.
Nope. Look at the Tomb of Annihilation board game, Hasbro. Apple and Apple Androids. What?
What?
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Why you should play Dungeons? Yeah, why you should play the DM? Because then you have ultimate power.
Unlimited power.
I'm getting really distracted by this skink. I just don't know what to do with it. I've given him a coat, some buttons, some nice shoulder reinforcements for his coat. Maybe he's actually skink sized. Like, maybe he's not very big. Maybe he only has one potion. Yeah. Like diminutive. He just has the one potion that he carries around on his back. And he's like, here you go. That was it. That was all my spells.
Now give me my mealworms.
Who needs a familiar when you have a level 12 skink alchemist in your party?
Oh, so since I watched your lizard folk video, mind you, this was in the past when I watched it. I've been seeing nothing but like armored lizard folk clerics everywhere. It's like this must have been a fad that was going around for a while.
Interesting. I mean, are you talking like the type of lizard, or just armored lizard?
Armored lizard folk clerics.
Weird. I hope I influenced a whole bunch of people. That would be awesome.
I was like, was this just like some zeitgeist thing that happened for a while?
I mean, I think part of it was, there were a lot of lizard folk. I had a lot of people request lizard folks, and I did a couple commissions for a while there. And I don't know if it's because they got added to the book differently, or if I'm wondering if someone played a lizard folk on like a YouTube thing that I'm not aware of. And then there were a whole bunch of Dragonborns when Joe Mangialone? How do you say his name? Did I say that right?
I don't know. I don't think
when he was on Critical Role and he played his Dragonborn.
Yeah.
I know a lot people loved that. People love that to death. But I think a lot of people are like, oh, but Dragonborns aren't so cool. I want to be lizard folk. And so I think that was part of it.
Okay.
Lizard folk make good clerics. Ooh. The potion of giant size. He just turns, he goes from being diminutive to just giant lizard folk.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to stop there. But that's a pretty good, I like that idea. That's really funny. I might build that character
I
out.
wanted to try to pronounce it, but I'm afraid I would just offend. Someone's like, no.
Chris is in the eye of the carrier. I'll stop now. Joe Manganiello. Joe Manganiello. That sounds right. Lizard folk make good monks, and they bite combo and unarmed strike. Yep, bite is really good. Super great clerics.
And then they can eat the people they kill.
All right, I gotta do a flying monkey bard. I think we're done. I think that's the last one. I don't know what flying monkeys look like. I know you already did it, but I want to do it.
Was the Simic hybrid like an actual request, or was there?
I don't think so. Was it an actual? I didn't write it down if I did. I think we were just talking about it.
I don't know. That's what I'm drawing now.
That's fine.
I don't know. Looking back at some of the conversations.
What of the potion affects everything but itself? Wait, the potion affects everything but itself. No, I think that lizard, like, we got normal person, right? We got normal person, and then we got a rugby. And then we got lizard folk. Little skink lizard alchemist, and he's got a potion. And he just like splashes it on his face, and he turns into big lizard folk.
Or will it just be they turn into a medium? Because I don't know how the giant potions work.
Yeah, that's weird. Because like if he scales up, all of his stuff should scale up, so it would still be a giant potion model. How would that work? That's an interesting thought. I think I may have kerfuffled myself.
Well, what's the enlarge spell say?
Everything goes with him. Like everything you have increases in size. So yeah, if he's that tiny and he has that much potion made, I guess yeah. I would say that even if this gets that big, for a medium or regular sized person to be affected by it, they would have to drink the entire thing. So like, even though it gets that big, it's still only enough to transform one person. So I guess this would just be empty at that point, right?
Yeah.
Or it would just consume the magic power when he does it.
Well, it's a normal size vial, so...
Squid race? Mind flayers. Sorry, I forgot. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, well, it looks big on him because he's diminutive, but it's like, it's a normal size potion vial, isn't it? So it wouldn't get massive, would it?
It would.
It would, yeah. Theoretically.
Everything grows with the person.
But it wouldn't be as like, it'd be more proportional to them, wouldn't it? Though.
No. So let's say if you're a diminutive creature.
Sorry.
If you're a diminutive creature and you have a sword,
mm-hmm.
When you become a large size creature from the spell, the sword stays relative to you. So if the potion bottle, when he's this big, is that big, when he enlarges, it would stay that size compared to him. So what I'm arguing, though, is whether or not... I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the size change, right? But that being said, you couldn't make a really tiny healing potion, make it big enough, and then drink it, right? The equivalency of magic doesn't enlarge, just the size. So either A, the tiny healing potion is enough to be a regular healing potion, or the big healing potion is still only one use of a healing potion. Does that make sense? That's how I would rule it. So even though I would do it this way. Here's how I would do it. The way alchemists work in Pathfinder is they can make infusions. And so basically they have, at the beginning of the day, instead of preparing your spells, you have 10 prepared vials of basically like just innocuous liquid. And then you grab one of those vials and you put magic into it, and you're like, this is now a healing potion. And then you can drink it or someone else can drink it. So what I would say is that all of his potions are basically in this one giant bottle, and he just has to like stick his hand in it and like drink some of it. And then that's him casting the spell, right? He needs that liquid. But I like the idea that he just has that big bottle on his back. I think that's pretty funny. Kind of like, Gaara from Naruto. Go, sand!
Big giant board of sand.
Yeah. Warforged Riflemen, Mind Flayers are Octodads, Playable Squid Race, Disney censors magic rules, I see. Disney sensory magic rules? I guess? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
The potion vial is his personal magical weapon.
Yeah, it just smacks people with the bottle. I seriously don't know what flying monkeys look like. I guess
They look like monkeys.
did you draw the
With wings.
did you draw the Wizard of Oz flying monkey? Is that what you did?
More or less.
I'm sorry I didn't see it. I saw it a few times, but my hand is just covering it up because it's on the right side of the screen. So yeah, okay, yeah,
Pretty
sweet.
close to it.
Pretty close. We were talking about flying monkeys the other day, so like I know they exist, right? Like, what's the actual flying monkey?
Oh, the Hangazang or whatever.
Yeah. Is there a playable squid race? I mean, the mind flayers are basically a playable squid race. Is the best way to look at it. If you wanted to do something more like the Lokatha, which are fish people, and just flavor it with squids, you could do that. But no, there's not like a calamari race or a whatever the hell they're called in Star Wars. Mon Calamari.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, are you posting song lyrics in the chat again? Or did you actually have a dream about going to China? Because now I gotta know.
I remember reading a book that had like flying monkeys with like bat wings and scorpion tails.
Alright, I'm looking it up because no one else is doing it.
I mean, I'm posting 2 pictures for you, okay?
Flying monkeys. Flying monkey
Jeez.
jeans? What?
There you go.
I swore we were just talking. Did I get lied to? Is there not a tiny flying monkey?
In D&D?
No. In real life.
No!
Son of a bitch. You guys lied to me then.
No! No one ever lied to you.
Glider monkey? Do I need to type glider monkey? Sugar gliders. Am I insane? Do I have to go back to the freaking live streams last week?
So what we were talking about was the planar race of the gliding monkey.
God.
And I said it's like a flying squirrel. But it's a monkey. Like, it
Well,
has the glider flaps.
I'm pretty sure my next thing was, wait, for reals? There's no such thing as a flying monkey. And everyone's like, no,
said
no,
yes.
no. It's totally real. I'm like, no.
Well,
This is the
never
actual.
mind.
Okay, it's a lemur. It's a lemur.
Okay.
If that's what everybody was talking about, then that's fine, and I can live with that.
Okay. I mean, they're primates, I think. Primate adjacent.
Cheapity Christmas.
I was like,
Gibbons are funny. Jeebity Christmas. Alright. That's terrifying. Alright, I hope everyone else is having a better day today. Dr. Random, welcome. It's a long day. That's too bad to hear. I want to blind people with ink and then grapple them and make them unarmed strike. I mean, you could just be a mind flayer, and instead of doing the psychic attack, you do ink squirt. I think that's would do the exact same thing. Go watch my mind flayer video. And just be warned that there's lots of inappropriate squid jokes in that one. So, you know.
wait, badass.
Did you say Squidbillies?
Yes.
I was trying to, like, what? I remember that now. I feel like Squidbillies just got turned into Trailer Park Boys. Like, I feel like it's the same show. But maybe not. Oh, that's terrifying. Yep, it's self-promotion Wednesday. Oh shit, it is self-promotion Wednesday. If anybody has something they'd like to share with the community or art they'd like to share, please do so. Please feel free.
I'd share my Monster Girls, but that very quickly leads to inappropriate content.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say it has to be safe for work, which is not the case for the Discord. So if you guys want to share your not safe for work stuff in the Discord, I guess you can. Burning does all the time, which is fine. Just put it in the right place, you know. Be cool. Be cool. Don't be forcing your not safe for work stuff on people. That's not fun. But that being said, if you have anything that is safe for work, we can share on YouTube. We'll share it on YouTube. I think that's fun. Definitely go check out Burning stuff, though. If you haven't checked out Burning, if you want to post your a link to your Instagram or something, that would be awesome. Maybe you can't do that. I might have to do that.
I can try.
I think only mods are allowed to post links. So I'll grab it just in case.
It doesn't post a link.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
Or not a hyperlink, at least.
Definitely go check out Burning Palace if you like Monster Girls. That's kind of all you're doing this month, isn't it? It's just that's your prompt, right?
Yeah, that's my prompt. Is Monster Girl pinup sketch a day. Today is actually pretty thematic to what I'm doing right now, since today is Demon.
Ooh, Demon would be fun. Maybe I'll do that tonight too. I've been doing a lot of sketches, but I chickened out using ink, which is kind of against the whole purpose. But so I might just keep doing my sketches, and then maybe towards the end of the month I'll go back and I'll ink them all, or I'll like scan them and ink them or something. That could be fun. I've been drawing a lot of thick goblins. I don't know why. That's just where my I think Corvus posted the goblin October. And
Oh, yes. Not posted, I was just saying it directly to you.
Oh, you might have just said, yeah. I think that's where my head's been at.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So what if this monkey, instead of being like a flying monkey, he's like a pilot? That's a cop-out. I don't like that.
An aeronaut monkey.
Yep. A chimpacocra?
What if he's a winged monkey that dresses like a pilot?
We'll give him the little wings. He's got a little wing. I'll be your pilot today. Please stow all your bananas and belongings in the overhead compartment. If you didn't bring any bananas with you, get the hell off my plane.
Hello, Captain.
Like a guide to making a homebrew race. Can we get a homebrew race guide? That could be interesting. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. For example, Rookzer0 slime guide video, a monkey race guide. Yeah, so basically I've been thinking about doing more of a... I've been asked a few times, looking at some people in the Discord, but no, I've been asked by a few different people about doing maybe like a Pathfinder character sheet video as well. And so I think that would be a pretty good series of like how to make your own character sheet, how to make a template, how to make like just a race. I think that would be a really good series, and it's just a matter of like finding the right way to do that. Because since most of my videos are art based, I don't know how much it'll be jarring to be like, hey, look at this character sheet for 30 minutes while I explain things, right? So I want to do it. I really do want to do it. It's a really good idea. It's just a matter of trying to figure out how I want to do that and how I want to show that off. So definitely keep pressuring me about that stuff. I will eventually do it. I will, yeah. Favorite damage type? Don't be boring. Ice. That's all I got. How to make classes. Class is, yeah, how to make class. That would be a little more challenging, but it's doable. Like that, I think absolutely, especially for homebrew stuff. The race guide, there's already there is preset rules. You can just use the Pathfinder or 3.5 character generation guide to do that. You can absolutely just sit down and do it. 5th edition is a little different because everything else is more homogenous. So it's all doable, and if people really want that, like I said, you're not the first person to ask, and you're not like the 4th person to ask, to be totally honest. So it might just be time. It might just be time to do that. But I really do want to get the Blue Team out. If you guys haven't watched the first 2 episodes of Blue Team, which is our Patreon D&D game, I highly suggest checking those out. I think I'm almost to the point where I started recording the video. And we used a program called Aegis Online, which I helped design. I actually designed a lot of the 3D models in it. So it's not super clear whether or not that's going to be continued being built, but it is on Steam. I think it's free, but it doesn't have any of the assets that I built for it. So if you do download Aegis Online and you want some of those assets, let me know. Maybe we can get those set out to people. But yeah, that's just, and maybe if people like seeing that in the video, I'll put those back up so people can download them. It's a little bit of a process to install them, but it's fun. It's fun. I really like that program. It's made by a good friend of mine, and he's getting married in a few weeks. I gotta probably take some days off to go to that. It's the reason I love Pathfinder. It comes with all the tools you need to do the stuff. Yeah. Make a book about it. I'm working on a few different things. I have a lot of projects going on in my life right now. But it would be fun to get back into actually getting things produced, because a lot of the stuff I've been working on has been commission work and basically other people's projects, right? I want to get back to doing my own, but gotta make that money, make that paper.
I'll make that dough, bro.
Gotta make that dough. I think one of my sets is getting published next week, I hope.
Oh, nice.
But I don't think that's actually going to be like sold or available. It's kind of like an in-house thing, so we'll see. I'll post some links to that whenever that gets finished. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's 12:40. Do a book about making races and your homebrew races and classes and subclasses and subraces. Yeah, so just do everything, right? Just do everything and do it quickly and fast. That's the plan, right? Like that's the goal, is to just do everything I want to do. Do everything I want to do and then retire. Yep.
Make your video game. Write your comic.
Make a video game.
All the book.
Oh, I forgot about the video game.
Sorry.
It's so far on the back burner. So far on the back burner. But it'd be so much fun. Minis, yeah. Oh no, that just says I read that as minis. I'm like, yeah, they're minis I wanted to make. You'll have to bust out.
Rook probably does have plenty of minis he wants to paint.
I do. I have a box of minis I want to paint. I have a bunch of minis I want to actually model. But I hate blenders so much that got pushed way far back. Oh, I love it. There's so many fun, good things. And it is just going to be a matter of, you know, getting things settled, getting things figured out. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Absolutely. Share this with your friends. Make them like, comment, subscribe. I mean, by make, I mean coerce them gently. And make sure they love it.
And or use enchantment magic.
Go send comments on every video that you watch, because that helps the YouTubers a whole bunch. Dr. Random, sorry I was really late today. No problem. I was actually kind of late starting because I had to go shopping this morning.
Yeah.
I was like an hour late. I woke up and I'm like, it's 9 o'clock. I can go to the store. It'll be fine. And then I got home at like 10:30, and I was like, that was weird.
I was like, it's like 1:30 or so. Normally we should be starting by now.
There was a lady. I was standing in line waiting because there were only two check stands open, which is fine. I don't really care. Like, I'm not a big like, oh, hurry up person. So I'm just standing in line, and this little old lady just like walks up to me and like scoots her cart closer and closer next to me. I'm like, what's happening? And I don't know if she was trying to like make me let her in, or she was trying to scoot in front of me. And then she started like harassing the employees. And then eventually one of the employees is like, yeah, we're trying to get the new lane open really quickly. I promise it'll be just a minute. And he walks off, and then he comes back. The same guy comes back, looks at her, looks at me, and then says, "Sir, this way, please." And I was just like, "What up, lady?" she was so mad, and I was just like, I ignored her completely. I didn't actually say what's up, but like in the back of my mind, I was like, ha. That's what you get. Don't be so impatient.
That's what you get, Karen.
It was funny.
Generic Karen, not a specific Karen.
I always feel bad. Like sometimes, you know, you just gotta use the bathroom, and you're like, I just need this to hurry up, please. But other times, you don't have to be rude to people. Don't be rude to people.
I was like, are you expecting me to like let you in front of me? No.
Yeah, that was the weirdest part. It's just like, lady, what are you doing? Like, why are you scooting up to me like this?
I don't know you like that.
Yeah. Most of my models are still on sprue. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you want to share some of those with the Discord, I would love to see those, Jack. If you just want to like put them in the art share or something, you can share anything you want in the art share. Basically, I don't think we really have a limit to it. The limit I would say is if it is like D&D homebrew, like you want to share lore or something, I would post that kind of stuff in the D&D chat. But if you have pictures of, you know, cakes that you've made or figures you've modeled or paintings or photography, like absolutely share those with the Discord. I would love to see those. Our Discord is kind of D&D based, but it's very much art based too. So there's definitely space for both of those things on the Discord. I think that's
as long as it's safe for work.
Yeah, if it's not safe for work, there's another channel for that.
Yeah.
But
there is a separate channel.
We surprisingly have a very large not safe for work community here, which is, I don't know if maybe not surprising is not the right term, but it is what it is. So thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. I may be on later on Twitch. I need to decide whether or not I want to get the new Why You Should Play video out on Friday, or if I want to finish doing the blue team. The blue team videos don't get as many views, but there are people asking me to release them because they want to continue the story. So I'm not sure which one of those I want to do, you know? I might try to focus on the D&D being lewd, ? What? Yeah. Don't bring your kinks to D&D.
What? No.
I was glad you liked the glass that you the other day. I was happy. Yeah, it was really good, Dr. Random. It was good. I like seeing people working on their art. Like I know I say that like not like it's bad, but you said you were struggling with it because you were talking to us about it, and like that makes me happy. It makes me happy that people have a place where they can struggle with their art and then share it, get feedback, get help, and just post things that they're proud of. Which, yeah, it looked really good. You did a great job. So keep doing that. Keep sharing your art. Stay up with the art struggle. That's how it goes. What's surprising about your Not Safe for Work channel is that it's all been pretty tasteful, and it's not. Oh yeah, exactly. I think part of that is just our community, because our community is art based.
Not lewd based.
Not lewd based, yeah. Because there's definitely I've wandered onto some Twitch streams and just been like, oh god, how did I get here? What am I doing here? I thought you were just drawing cutesy anime girls, but apparently I'm in the wrong place.
I need an adult.
I need an adult. So yeah, definitely keep it tasteful. That's always the thing, is, keep it classy, everybody. That's kind of the general rule for the Discord. But yeah, definitely join the Discord. Check out the YouTube videos. I mean, if you wanted that, we'll just make a new tab only for burning, just like burning's hardcore palace. I think with that, we're gonna end it. Make sure you're out there having fun. Stay cool. Be great to each other. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Keep your dice on the table, and we'll catch y'all later. Yeah.
On the flip side.
Bye. Thanks everybody for hanging out in the chat today, by the way.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Bye.